Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the new WorthIT UI. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay guys, so today I wanted to talk about WorthIT, and I've done some recent developments on the actual add-on in particular. This means the new UI for this actual add-on. So as before, it used to be like just a couple of buttons, you press them and it launches it in your chat. Now, the new thing about this is it now has a mini-map button which you can then press, and it brings up this UI, which displays all of your different types of farms along the bottom and obviously in the panel in front of you. Now, due to the feedback we got, or the response that I got for the actual add-on, I thought I should develop it a bit further and give you guys a full-fledged type of UI to see this. Now, if you don't know how this works, it takes the average from each farm listed on this, and it finds out what you get per hour and then gives it a gold value per hour for that farm and gives you your location information in whether to farm it or not. Now, moving on to the new types of features for the WorthIT UI, we now have the dashboard module, which we're looking at right now, and we'll be going over it in a second. We also have the mining, herb and skinning still, but they're all nicely displayed as well. The new features or new modules to this is the fishing module, along with the cloth farming module, miscellaneous, meaning volatiles, primals, spirits of harmony, and also we have a flipping module, which I'm very excited to show you guys, and a simple guides module. So that being the case, without further ado, let's get into the dashboard. Now, starting off with the dashboard, we click our mini-map button for this add-on, and now we see what is in. And now we can see what we actually have to show you guys. Now, obviously the bag value button still actually works, but instead of displaying the gold value in your chat, it now features it here. And at the moment I've got around about 5,608 gold worth of stuff in my bags at this moment. Obviously my bags are pretty bare besides 2 recipes. Aside from that, upon loading the add-on, your dashboard will always show the current expansion's farms listed. So which types of farms are being shown. We also have our ores, we have our herbs, skins and fishing ones. This also comes nicely paired with a scroll bar which gets on each separate tab. And also, just for convenience, has a reload the UI button, so you don't have to press /reload UI, like it's just for convenience. This will also tell you in the top right hand corner of the actual dashboard what patch this add-on is equipped for. So this one is the latest one for 8.2.5, and there will be an updated version later on for 8.3 and 9.0 when Shadowlands comes out. And that being the case, when Shadowlands comes out and when it is updated for Shadowlands, it will only display the Shadowlands farms on the dashboard, and the BFA stuff just stay where they're supposed to go. So anything that is current expansion will get displayed on your dashboard, along with their gold per hour and their farming location for easier access. Aside from that, it actually takes the total of all of the BFA farms at this present time, or the current expansions farms, and it will display an average of gold per hour just here, and that is the BFA farm average, and it's around about 5,216 gold on my realm. Remember, the gold values change depending on what realm you are on when you're actually using this add-on. So if I went to another server, it would tell me a different value for all of this based upon your server's economy. That being the case, it does run alongside TSM4, and you will not be able to use it if you do not have TSM3 or 4 respectively. Now, moving on to the mining tab, we do have the WorthIT Know Before They Do title on all of these, and also when you press your mining datas, it will come up with and do all of the calculations necessary. So all you have to do is press a couple of buttons and it will show all of these different types of ones. Now, that being the case, we do have our copper ore, and it will go all the way down, going expansion wise all the way down to the bottom. And here is where we'll see all of the different types of farms. So at this moment in time, pyrite ore in Oldham is a good one to farm for 13,000 gold per hour, and so is saronite ore, which is winter grasp, which you will get your titanium ore as well with that. Now, moving on to the herbs tab, it's pretty self-explanatory. You press your buttons and it will all do all of the calculations for those farms. So Azara's Vale, 15,000 gold per hour. The Whiptail farm, 10,000. Probably wouldn't do that now, because obviously you can now check it on your server before you do it. And that is the whole point of this add-on. Now, it does it for all of the same, so skinning data, it does all of your skinning farms as well. Your fishing data, at this moment in time, will show your albino cave fish and all of your BFA ones. And your cloth data will all get displayed as well, and that will all be calculated as well as that. Now, moving on to miscellaneous, you press your button and you will be able to see anything from essences all the way over to spirits of harmony. It covers everything on the miscellaneous thing of what we would consider as miscellaneous items for trade goods, and it will tell you where you need to get it from. Now, moving on to my most favourite one, and that is the flipping module. The flipping module is pretty simple. You just press the flipping data. It will display a few flips at this moment in time, and they will be updated as and when they get programmed in, and then as of a new update, so 8.3 will come with a load more flips and also with a load more extra little nits and bits. And here is how it works. You press your flipping data, it does all your calculations. It's the Spirit of Harmony flip we're looking at right now, and we can see that a Spirit of Harmony on my realm is around about 45 gold. Now, black trillium ore and white trillium ore around about 13 gold a piece. And on the note bit underneath all of that, it says Spirit of Harmony vendor is located in a Vale of Eternal Blossoms. This is where it does the calculation. So for one Spirit of Harmony, you can then go over to the vendor and buy 5 black trillium or white trillium ore, and then you can sell that on the auction house as well. So for 45 gold, you can spend one Spirit of Harmony for a 24 gold profit on white trillium ore if you buy them from the vendor. So it will give you a good idea on if you want to do the flip or not. Now, moving on, it does the frozen orb flip. It actually tells you if you've got a negative as well. So if you're going to make negative profit, then you definitely don't want to do this flip. Bear in mind about the auction house fee cut, so make sure that takes that into consideration as well. And when you're going down to the fell cloth one, fell cloth is roughly around about 61 gold for 2, as it displays here, price of 2 items. And your moon cloth is around about 1061 gold for 1 piece of the item. Now, if you did the conversion from fell cloth to moon cloth, and it tells you crafted only in Moonwell tailoring, and you can make an extra 999 gold for just converting fell cloth into moon cloth, then reselling it on the auction house. More additional flips will be added into this as we go on. Now, moving into the last piece of the new UI, and that is your battle pets and gathering transmog guide. This is just a brief overview if you're a bit of a noob when it comes to starting out. So this module is just for like people who don't know how to sell or what to farm and all that jazz. So it just gives you a good overview. Thanks to Bunny for actually writing the battle pet one. That is really helpful, especially when it comes to Horde and Alliance type things for like the Wrath of the Lich King tournament pets. Now, obviously it would say written by Bunny, and I've wrote the gathering guide and also the transmog guide as well. So it just gives you a little brief overview on how to get started on all 3 of these. So if you wanted to have a quick overview on how to or what to actually farm and sell of those types of things, or just getting started, then you're more than welcome to go check these out, as the gathering one's quite helpful for all of the other things in between this. So for this add-on, if you looked at the gathering guide, it will tell you any type of additional buffs to try and increase your gold per hour than what is stated. Other than that, let's move on to future developments. Future developments for this add-on is mainly we're looking at adding in a battle pets module along with a transmog module covering the gold per hour for all of those types of ones. Now obviously those ones are heavily RNG based, but I think I have worked out how I can calculate it in an effective manner. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much all I have to say for this new UI, and if you don't mind, I'm going to now start getting ahead on the classic version, as this one is fully up to date until pretty much 8.3 comes out. So that being the case, guys, have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Have an awesome day, guys, and I shall see you soon.